The cameras didn't catch it at first. Flashes exploded across the airport terminal, fans screaming names that blurred into one continuous wave of sound. Security moved like a living wall, tight and calculated. And in the middle of it all, Jungkook walked with his usual quiet intensity, head slightly lowered, eyes hidden beneath the brim of his cap. 3 steps behind him, Park Jimin moved differently. Softer. Lighter. But his gaze flickered, sharp, searching, almost aware. No one noticed. Not yet. Until one fan, just one, zoomed in. A freeze frame. A pause. A heartbeat stretched too long. And then, the same necklace. Not similar. Not inspired. Not almost identical. The exact same piece. Same chain length. Same pendant. Same microscopic scratch near the clasp that only appeared under harsh lighting. Impossible to fake. Impossible to ignore. Within minutes, the image spread. Within an hour, it detonated. Because this wasn't the first time. The car door slammed shut, cutting off the noise like a knife through glass. Silence flooded the space, thick and suffocating. Jungkook leaned back against the seat, jaw tight, breath controlled, but not calm. Across from him, Jimin didn't speak. He didn't need to. Their reflections stared back at them from the tinted window, 2 figures, identical necklaces catching the faint city lights like a signal they never intended to send. You didn't take it off, a Jungkook said finally, voice low. Jimin's lips pressed into a line. Neither did you. Another silence. Heavier this time. The kind that carries history. The kind that knows exactly where to hurt. It started months ago. Not on stage. Not in public. Not where people could turn it into something digestible. It started in a place no one would ever see. A quiet night. No cameras. No expectations. Just a conversation that went too far, and then not far enough. The necklace wasn't supposed to mean anything. That's what they told themselves. A small gift. A joke. Even. Something insignificant enough to dismiss, but personal enough that neither of them ever forgot. Jungkook wore his first. Jimin noticed immediately. But he said nothing. Not until weeks later, when he showed up wearing the same one. Not similar. The same. And that's when things shifted. Back in the car, Jungkook exhaled slowly, running a hand through his hair. They're already talking. Jimin let out a quiet, humorless laugh. They never stopped. But this is different. Yeah, Jimin said softly. This is obvious. Their eyes met. And for a moment, everything unspoken sat between them, raw, exposed, dangerous. Then why didn't you take it off? Jungkook pushed, sharper now. Jimin tilted his head, studying him like he was trying to read something deeper than the question itself. Why didn't you? No answer. Because there wasn't a simple one. Because taking it off would have meant admitting something. And neither of them were ready to do that. Online, theories spiraled out of control. Matching accessories weren't new. Fans had seen coincidences before. But this wasn't coincidence. This was deliberate. Too precise. Too intentional. And people started asking the question no one could answer. When did this begin? The hotel room was dimly lit, city lights bleeding through the curtains in fractured lines. Jimin stood by the window, fingers brushing the pendant at his chest, as if grounding himself in something fragile. Behind him, Jungkook closed the door. Locked it. A quiet click that echoed louder than it should have. You know this isn't going away, a Jungkook said. Jimin didn't turn around. I know. They're going to dig. I know. They'll connect everything. That made Jimin smile, but there was no warmth in it. Then maybe, he said slowly, they were supposed to. Jungkook froze. Because that wasn't part of the plan. Because there was never supposed to be a plan. The distance between them shrank, but the tension only grew tighter, like a wire ready to snap. You're not being careful, a Jungkook said. Jimin finally turned. Eyes steady, unreadable. Maybe I'm tired of being careful. That hit harder than anything else. Because it wasn't reckless. It was honest. And honesty, in their world, was the most dangerous thing of all. Another photo surfaced. Different day. Different place. Same necklaces. Closer this time. Too close. Back in the room, neither of them moved. Neither of them backed down. Because somewhere between silence and exposure, between denial and truth, something had already crossed a line they couldn't uncross. And now, the world was